So we're going to kick this episode off. I left halfway this morning and I made it back to the pilot yet again, but I got here early. I actually came to the truck and RV wash and they're waving me in, so here we go. All right, so I am in the bay and I'm just getting the outside wash. They were going to charge $40 for the truck, but to be perfectly honest, there's a do-it-yourself for $2 down the road. And I'm just gonna rinse this thing off when I get down there after I unhook. I gotta head that way anyways because I got get some grocery shopping done. I am out of everything. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna get unhooked, set up, and then out. And this show will continue right after this. Okay, nice bright morning. Second leg of the 2-day travel day. Having a little bit of an issue with my bedroom slide. I got to check into getting that thing taken care of next stop or two. I'm not sure who or how that's going to work yet. I have a call in to my people at Keystone, and hopefully I'll be able to get that scheduled, because I do have a 7 stay at my next stop. I'm going to be in Bend, Oregon at the end of today's drive, so I will definitely have you with me when I get to Bend. And then I think I have a couple of shorter trips. I have to look at my schedule, but I am going to have a long stay when I get to Pismo Beach in California, so that might be the location. It's definitely a populated area where I could probably get a mobile tech out, and I'm there long enough to where we probably get the work done. So anyways, I'm gonna be hitting the road here soon. I want to get an early jump. Check-in is at noon, so I plan to get there shortly thereafter. So no more jabbering, no more jibber jabber. I am on the road. Well, I made it to the Thousand Trails Bend / Sunriver campground. It is a very cool, very rustic setting. That is quite a ways away, the little mini conversion van. There's trees between us. Beautiful area. Definitely dry but woodsy. There is a spot right next to me, but nobody's in it. There's one down there. And this is actually my spot for this week. Now right across is a dump station. It says do not enter, but it looks like you can go from both sides. I'm hoping you can. I'm gonna go take a look at that right now. I guess they want you just entering from the other direction to dump, but it's a straight shot for me to come from here and go straight into there on the right side. If there's no one around, I may go ahead and take that option when I leave here in a week, because that would be the best bet. Oh, by the way, yes, no full hookup sites in this park at all. It's water and electric only. So if I plan to dump before I leave, that's the dump site, and for me to turn this thing around to make a U-turn would be really ridiculous. So I think I'm just going to go straight into it. I don't know, ask forgiveness instead of permission. Yeah, I think that might be the case in this one. Anyways, that's it for today. Well, good morning. I'm going to take a quick drive around the campground. I'd probably just do it as a walk, but it's a big place and I'm way at the far corner. I don't know, should I walk it? Yeah, you know what, I think I'm gonna walk it. No, I'm gonna drive it the first time through. It's huge, I'm telling you, it's huge. It is definitely huge. I'll get out and do some walking, but I don't know if I want to do it this morning. Last night I had an issue, and I thought I had checked this before, so this is a good thing to know. I had to hook up to 30 amp, so I have my dog bone in there, and I'm going to 30 amp. When I originally hooked this whole thing up yesterday, there are indicator lights on this, and I honestly thought that all the lights were lit up, and I think it was the sun was coming in at such an angle it reflected into the indicator lights to make it look like they were all lit, but they really weren't. Last night, as I was wondering, why is my microwave not working, I discovered, in fact, I was going to get into it today and probably start taking a bunch of stuff apart to see why there was no power going to the outlet for the microwave. come to find out, just before I was ready to go to bed, my alarm started beeping for the inverter on the solar, and I had to shut it off and realized, wait a minute, why is the solar going off? It should have been charging through all day, just being plugged into shore power. So I went back outside and looked, and because it was dark out, I noticed that 2 of the lights were not on. So the 2 lights were out. I went ahead and shut all the power off, pulled my 30 amp dog bone out and plugged it into 30 amp, and all the lights were on. Turned everything back on, went inside, the microwave was working. So apparently the inverter and the microwave, there are 2 of the pins apparently are not wired up in the pedestal. So I'm going down right now to talk to them and let them know the pedestal is not right for 50 amp and see if they can't get somebody up here to fix that. I would rather be on 50 amp. I'm going to have some days coming up that's going to be 90 degrees here. I'm probably going to want both air conditioners running. And even though I've heard pros and cons, yes, you can, no, you can't. I know the main surge hits when it starts up. It's better to have one air on at a time if you're running 30 amp. I know I'm going to get people in the comments saying, no, you can run them both. It's when it kicks on. That may be true. But then again, what if I want to run the microwave on top of it? I'd rather have 50 amp service. That's what I'm here for. That's what's set up for, even though their pedestal's not right. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to play with that one as we go. I already have the issue with my slide. That's going to be fixed. I don't have the bedroom slide out. I was able to get around pretty well last night without it being out. The only problem I really have is the dresser, and I went ahead and planned ahead and moved stuff out of the dresser into my closet that I could get to, things that I'm going to need on a regular basis. And working with Keystone right now, I should be getting parts and someone out here to take a look at it. I'm soon, I'm hoping, so we'll see what happens. Truthfully, I'm okay. I can get by with that slide being in for a while. I'm not really hurting for it. So if it takes a little bit longer, so we have a moment when I'm at a spot for a much longer period of time, that actually would be fine with me. So I'd rather know that the guy's going to come in and get the job done, however many days he's going to need to come in and schedule that. So yeah, I'm okay waiting on that. So anyways, down to find out now about the electrical, and we'll take a walk around the complex and see what amenities are here. Looks like there's quite a bit here, so let's go take a look. All right, so I let them know about the 50 amp service. Apparently there are 2 legs on a 50 amp service, and one of them apparently is out. So they're calling the electrician today. Whether they're out before I have to leave, at least it's reported. So I'm not worried about that. I do not want to move. So anyways, this is the front of the park area. This is really kind of cool. What is this? Town Marshal. Oh, this is funny. This is too funny. He looks awfully happy to be a petrified person. Light Fingers Lou. Wow, he's such a bad guy, he has his own name on his door. Oh, very cool. I got the outhouse. I think I'd rather use the facilities inside. Broken Pine School. Oh, I thought it was a game room. It looks like a game room. Is it open? Nope, it's locked. I don't know, it looks like a game room and library. Maybe it's open sometimes. Anyways, what do we got here? Oh, we do have restrooms. So this is the modern outhouse. Country store temporarily closed. Ah, too bad. Open year round, but not today. Oh well. See what happens. Let's take a peek around the corner. So, campground improvements. So apparently the store is closed. That's too bad. That'd been kind of cool to see. Whoa, man, they're serious. No door handle. Yeah, when they're closed, they make sure no one can get in. Not even the people that are working on it. Let's see what else is here. Staff only. Staff gets their own little patio. They got the membership offices. Yeah, I already have the full membership, so I don't need to upgrade. They are currently out of the office. This probably isn't the season for this stuff to happen. Yeah, because basically I am now toward the end of the summer. It's getting into mid to late, well actually late August now. And a lot of schools are already back in session. So their heyday is probably during the May, June, July, 1st of August, and then things slow down. So that's where we're at right now. Haircuts, teeth, funerals, and weddings. Oh, it's a staff office. Okay, cool. There are other areas. Oh, we got one more door here. What is this room? Ooh, TV room. Turn some lights on. This looks kind of cozy. Fire heater. This is pretty cool. Oh, that's nice. Shame the store's not open though. That would have been nice to have the store open. Well, let me figure out how to get out of here. How did I walk in? Well, I walked in here. That's how I came in. Cool. That's the main road I came into out there, and another entrance for the sales office. And there's a whole nother area, pool and recreation area up here. We'll go move on up there and check it out. It looks like in front of me though, you got a sports complex. You know what, let's go there first. We got horseshoes. Should I just walk over there, leave my truck? Yeah, let's do that. I do need to get steps in, so I'm just gonna walk over there, leave my truck up front here. Horseshoe pits. And a little outdoor sitting area there. More horseshoe pits. Man, there are the horseshoes out here. And even more horseshoe pits. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they are seriously in this horseshoes. 7 horseshoe pits. Huh. So they got the lodge pool area over here. It is a river. Looks pretty gunky. Ooh, nasty. Looks like you can almost walk across it. There's a duck that was swimming out there a second ago. Where did the duck go? Yeah, I don't think I want to go playing in the river. Jeez. That's pretty bad. Okay, let's take a look around here. So, there are people in the pool. Okay, I hear people inside the lodge, so I won't be shooting if there's people in there. Oh, yeah, another TV sitting room, a lot of little kids. Yeah, I don't like shooting inside if there's a bunch of kids around. There's a lot of little kids, so. But you could see a little bit of it in there. That's pretty cool. And there is patios on both sides. That's nice. That doesn't look good. The other pool, let's see where I don't see the people. There we go. The other pool is clean. This pool, not so much. And then they got a jacuzzi that looks okay. Unless they had a bit of an algae issue. Hopefully they're working on that. Everything else looks really kept up here, so I have a feeling that that is being worked on. I can't imagine they're just letting that sit for now. Another outdoor gazebo area over behind me. But yeah, this isn't bad. It's actually kind of nice out here. You are at an elevation of over 4,000 feet. I want to say we're about 4,500 feet in that neighborhood. So, yeah, not bad at all. Nice big parking area out here. So when it is in high season, I'm sure this gets filled up pretty good. So that's kind of it on the amenities. If I'll take a look at the map and talk about the map when I get back to the rig. But yeah, I think this is kind of it for the amenities of this park. Now there's photos where it shows you being next to a lake, and that must be a lake near here. There is a Sunriver area, and that could be what they're showing, because I sincerely doubt that they put boats in that river over here, because that river looks pretty nasty. So I don't know where that photo's taken. I'll look at the map again. Maybe there's something I'm missing, and if I'm missing something, we'll go ahead and drive over and check that out too. But yeah, let's see where that is. In fact, I might ask them in the front office up here. They're actually super nice. They're fun to talk to. So I might ask again, hey, where's that photo taken? They do have yurts and they do have cabins that they rent here. So those are kind of nice. But when you drag your cabin behind you, you don't need to rent one. But I know some people buy into 1,000 Trails just to use the cabins and the yurts. So that's fine too. If you're one of them, more power to you. That's a great way to get outdoors. Okay, let's go find out about this lake with the boats on it. All right, so she said there is another river behind the lodge. I'm gonna walk over there again, but first I'm gonna get rid of the sweatshirt because it is finally starting to warm up here. So let's drop the sweatshirt and go take a walk behind the lodge. She said there was a road just before the lodge. I'm guessing this is it. And I see it keeps going, so I didn't do that before, so let's check that out. Yeah, she said at one time this was all clean and people could play in it. That was a while ago, I'm sure, because that looks like it's been that way for a while. But yeah, let's go see if we can't find the river. It's actually supposed to be kind of a fun place, very clean. You can go fishing there. You can play in the water, so yeah, we're gonna check that out. Guessing this is definitely pickleball. These courts do look kind of small. They're about half the size of what tennis should be. But I didn't see this before. They got mini golf and frisbee golf. That's pretty good. They got it both out here. So, and it looks clean enough. You probably play on it. A little rough, not too bad. I've seen worse. I've also seen better. And a lot of picnic tables out here. Picnic by the swamp. Yep. Picnicking by the swamp. And apparently you can drive back here, and there's supposed to be a log across the road that stops you from driving, but you are supposed to be able to walk around it. It just keeps you from driving all the way to the river. I don't see that yet, but it could be around this corner. I'm guessing parking. Ooh, is that a fish? I saw what looked like a little tiny fish jump. Let's walk around to the other side and see if it's any better. Oh, there's the log they were talking about. So this must be part of the river, I'm thinking. Walk back a little bit further. As I'm looking down, I gotta watch where I walk. The least you could do is pick up after your dog. Remember that song? Yeah. Kind of that iced tea look, sort of like the Owens River. I don't necessarily see fish down there, but I saw them jumping a little further down. And there's another way here. It looks like it probably wraps around. We got something over here too, so let's take a look. So there are places that you can drop a boat in and paddle around and have some fun in the water. Okay, here's a nice bend. Well, this opens up a whole new line of questioning, and that is this private, or do you need a fishing license to fish this? Man, that wraps around. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I go back one more time to ask that question now. Yep, I am full of questions. What can I say? So do you need a license to fish this little river back here? I'm not sure what's in here. There's another question. What fish are in here? Yeah, it wraps all the way around. It just keeps winding around. That's pretty cool. And it's pretty deep, so I'm sure you probably got some good fish down in there. And you can keep going on if you want. I mean, if I brought the e-bike out here, I could probably take it all the way around, but I'm not going to do that. It's not that easy pulling it in and out of the back seat, so until I get it sized up with a bumper hitch for the back of the rig, I probably won't be using it that much for the rest of this trip, but I guarantee it's going to get a lot of use when I get back to Arizona, and it'll get a lot of use next year when I'm actually hooked up with a hitch on the back where it'll be easy getting it on and off, and I don't have to keep shoving it in a back seat and worrying about it poking something and ripping something. So I'm going to basically go ask about fishing, and then we'll check out the other dump site, and I'll head back to the rig and get some work done. I'm needing to get work done, and this is going to be the place where that happens. So let's head on back. All right, so yes, after my latest inquiry, yes, you do need a fishing license. Any Oregon, any way to get an Oregon fishing license, I'm sure they probably have them online nowadays. But she also believes there's probably trout in there, but not 100% sure what else. There could be other fish along with the trout. Don't know if I'll try it out or not, but I might, so let's see what happens. Anyways, back checking out the dump station now, and then back home. All right, so this is actually not bad. A little tight pulling in here, but I just saw a large fifth wheel pulling out of this, so I'm sure it's not impossible. Coming in would be kind of a quick little set of turns, but we got a dump station right here. Dump slowly, half pull recommended. Wow. Okay, so they even had a plunger. Oh, that's scary. Now, I was talking to one of the rangers here, and what they're basically telling me is if it's not busy and no one's there at the dump site, I can pull out early enough before any crowds start to show up, I could pretty much drive in the wrong way and just dump and get out of there before anyone else shows up. So I might just do that. That would be the easiest way out. So anyways, back home, and we go ahead and get some work done. We'll see what the day brings. So I'm actually getting ready to leave Bend, Oregon. I did very little here. There are things to do in Bend, but to be honest, I just had to get a lot of work done. So I actually edited and uploaded 3 videos while I was here. I got working on a musical thing that I'm going to be help putting together, writing, and producing this fall. Hopefully I'll have a video out on that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But I did have one issue that happened. Actually, as I was leaving halfway, I was bringing in the bedroom slide, and it didn't quite sound right when I put it out when I got to halfway. Something wasn't sounding right or looking right, and it made a weird noise. Well, the slide was already out. I left it out. When I brought it in, it made a big bang noise when I brought it in. I thought, okay, this is not good. And I started to bring it out when I got here to Bend, realized something definitely was not right, pulled it back in, and it sounded like gears were grinding. A friend of mine, actually, I put the word out to a group that I'm a part of, and he got back to me and told me that, yeah, same thing happened to him, and he actually did a video on the repair. He did not do the repair himself. I'm not going to do this repair myself either. It's a little bit more involved, but we'll talk about it. So let's go take a look. So it's actually the bedroom slide, and this is a cable slide. I don't know if you can kind of see back there. I'll see if I can get a look a little bit. You can see there are cables there, but unlike most cable slides, there is no mechanism behind the top fascia. Now, I did repairs in the Cougar, and I actually got up there and replaced the cable. I could have very easily have replaced the motor and any of the gears that were up there. This is more involved. This has these small motor gear assemblies that go into the wall. But yeah, I got a hold of my peeps at Keystone. Thank you, Alicia. And basically, she sent the parts out while I was here at Bend. I did not have the time to get it done here in Bend. I've actually set up a repair to take place when I get to Nicholas, I think is the name of the town, Nicholas, California. I'm going to be there a day after tomorrow. There's a gentleman who will be coming in next Saturday to actually do the repair. But you know what? That's the whole thing about RV life. It's like a home. Your home isn't perfect, and it's not going to go without issues for the entire time you're living there, right? There's going to be things breaking down and needing repair and needing care and love as you go. So that's just the whole thing about home ownership, no different in RV ownership. So I'm going to go ahead and give you all that information, and I'll keep you posted on how that turns out. But I am packing up today. I've already vacuumed. I've got things done. It's yes, it's cold up here in Bend, Oregon. I still have about 45 minutes before I pull out of here, and yeah, I'm going to be ending this video. In fact, you know what? Let's do it right now. Go ahead and hit that subscription button. Also give it a hit the notification bell, let you know when I post every Sunday at 2. Thumbs up for good measure, and I will see you on the road.